Добрий день. Hello. Hello, dear participants. Can you hear me well?
Perfect.
Great, great. Welcome, dear participants, to International Scientific and Practical Conference, Transformations of Personality, Society, and the Labor, Future Challenges and Impact on Education. I want to give the floor to Vice Rector for Research and Teaching of Karazin Kharkiv National University, Anton Panteleimонов.
Yes, of course. And how will they? Okay, thank you very much, dear friends, dear colleagues, and online participants, as well as offline participants. I'm very glad to see all of you here and to spend not much time. I wish to talk about the significance of the such kind of scientific meetings, which are main goal to discuss the educational problem, modern educational problem. All of us know that this conference is organized in the framework of the DEFEP project, and consortium of this project includes 11 universities from Europe. And I suppose that the work of this conference in the framework of this project will be very, very fruitful and very significant. So I wish all of us, all of you, the fruitful discussions. And once again, congratulations concerning the opening of this conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. And now I would like to give the floor to Vice Rector for Research and Teaching of Karazin Kharkiv National University, the project manager of the project DEFEP, Boris Samorodov.
Thank you very much. If I may to have my speech from my place, dear colleagues, dear guests of our conference, greetings from Kharkiv, Ukraine. And I'm glad to welcome all of you to the International Scientific and Practical Conference, Transformations of Personality, Society and the Labor Market, Future Challenges and the Impact on Education, within the framework of the Erasmus Plus DEFEP project, Distance Education for Future, Best EU Practice in response to the requests of modern higher education seekers and the labor market. The DEFEP project started in January 2023 with the aim of introduction and effective system of distance education in universities. I would like to thank all of our partners, the European Union, the National Office of Erasmus Plus in Ukraine, Silent University, Germany, Rey Juan Carlos University, Spain, University of Palermo, Italy, Moldova State University, Moldova Technical University, and also of our Ukrainian partners, Petro-Mohyla Black Sea National University, Kyiv National Economic University named after Vadim Hetman, Chernihiv Polytechnical National University, Uman National University of Horticulture, and Lviv National Environmental University. Thank you, dear colleagues, thank you, dear friends, for support of Karazin, Kharkiv National University during these difficult times for Ukraine and for all of us. I really think that your support of as European universities, as our Ukrainian partners, it's very important to support all of us, our students, our staff in these terrible times within terrible war. And we welcome you today, and I wish really good discussion of problems of distance learning and labor market, and how our partners, what our partners needs, and how should we study our teach our students, and in what directions we need be the best. Thank you very much. Have a nice scientific conference. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Next, I would like to give the floor to Olena Filimonova, DEFEP Project Coordinator, Petro-Mohyla Black Sea National University. You're welcome.
Thank you. Dear colleagues, dear friends, sincerely congratulations to the participants of our conference from the Petro-Mohyla Black Sea National University. And now it's a great value and strong and powerful force when we consolidate efforts of academic society, business, and civil society to find solutions to today's challenges. And it's great responsibility for our community to find such decisions which will help us to prove social and economic development, freedoms and stability in our society, harmony, peace and prosperity. And in this difficult time when Ukraine are fighting for freedom and values, not only our country, but all Europe, for all Europe, we are thankful to our colleagues from European countries, and we are thankful to Erasmus program for support and help for in realization in this project. And in the same, we are grateful to Ukrainian army forces. Because of them, we are able to realize such projects and to provide such conference. And our front and our responsibility is to find solutions in academic, in education and scientific fields. So I want to congratulate all participants and to wish their creative ideas, their fruitful cooperation, the new project, and to find the best solution in these cases. And let's discuss the very important questions, because in this time we can see the realization of new approaches to education, to society, and to sometimes to cognitive and behavior aspects of all participants of education process. And that's why our university should be on the time, and maybe even one or more steps behind these changes. We have to expect the different changes and to find the best solutions. So, dear colleagues, I wish you the best ideas, the creative decisions, and fruitful cooperation on this conference. And thank you very much to the team of Karazin National University for this great job and for providing this conference. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you very much. Next, I would like to give the floor to Olesya Vashuk, the chairman of the Council of Young Scientists of the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine, and chairman of the board of the NGO Innovative University, who is our partner.
Алло, Лабадіна. Лабадіна. Ага. Поки Саліга.
Olesya Vashuk.
Ai, šiaip taip, tiesiog. Tai gerai. O tai pavyzdžiui, koks nors Kęstutis Atkus negali?
Dear Arturas, we can hear you.
Supratau.
Ačiū.
I guess due to technical issues, Ms. Olesya is not here, but I'm sure that she is with us in her heart. So I would like to give the floor to Director of Ukrainian Association for Management Development and Business Education.
Это какая-то экономическая конференция или?
Дистанційної освіти в рамках проєкту Erasmus
Could you please switch off your microphones? Thank you. Thank you. So, Людмила Горохова. Будь ласка, можна українською мовою привітати? У нас робочі.
Окей. Вельми шановні колеги, від імені Української асоціації з розвитку менеджменту та бізнес-освіти я сердечно вітаю високе зібрання. І з радістю я передаю побажання скорішої перемоги від голови ради нашої асоціації Данька Тараса Володимировича. Вже другий рік ми з вами живемо і працюємо в умовах війни. З перших часів війни ми в асоціації налагодили комунікацію і підтримку усіх наших членів. Ми вирішили, що кожен з нас на своєму місці має робити якнайкраще те, що він може і вміє. Всі ми згуртувалися, об'єдналися, відновили навчальний процес. І досі щоденно всі ми долаємо нові виклики, опановуємо нові методики і технології. Вельми шановні колеги, ми з вами працюємо на майбутнє. Через 10-15 років наші сьогоднішні студенти стануть державотворцями, підприємцями, керівниками різних галузей економіки. Наші викладачі не тільки навчають студентів та здійснюють наукові дослідження, а й самі є чудовими практичними менеджерами. Освітяни стали волонтерами і організували допомогу війську і теробороні. А також прийом біженців, їх розселення, доставку їжі, ліків, згодом працевлаштування багатьох людей. Я знаю, скільки сил, часу, душі і серця вкладається у волонтерську роботу. Вдень викладання, дискусії, обговорення, збори. Вночі волонтерство, наукова і методична робота. Хочу зауважити, що викладачі кафедри менеджменту, бізнесу та професійних комунікацій Навчально-наукового інституту Каразінський банківський інститут Харківського національного університету імені Каразіна є активними членами нашої асоціації. Я хочу висловити своє безмежне захоплення викладачами, всіма співробітниками університетів, їх самовідданою працею і натхненною роботою студентів в цих неймовірних умовах. Я захоплююсь мужністю харків'ян. Після перемоги ми з вами разом відбудуємо ваше чудове місто. Низький уклін всім освітянам, хто виборює нашу свободу, нашу незалежність, наше життя у лавах Збройних сил України. Ми з вами маємо бути гідними тих, хто боронить Україну, і тих, хто полягли у бою. Запевняю вас, що асоціація і надалі підтримуватиме Каразінський банківський інститут, і ми будемо залучати вас до участі у наших заходах, будемо вашим надійним партнером. Разом до перемоги. Країну відбудуємо. Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Героям слава!
Дуже вам дякую, пані Людмило. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to give the floor for welcoming speech to our international partners. And I would like to give the floor to Eimantas Kiselius, Association European Partnership.
Hello there. So many thanks for the opportunity to be here. So thanks for Karazin University, for project coordinators, people working with the project, as well as partners of the project. So the topic of the project and the conference itself corresponds to the nowadays issues in labor market. And businesses working in the field of education and universities as well need such projects. And open discussions, as transformation sometimes seem to be radical in labor market. So we need to be able to adapt and to correspond to these changes. So always be open-minded, ready, and positive, no matter what. So thank you and have a good work all together here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to give the floor to the representative of Lithuanian Sports University, Mr. Arturas Simanavičius.
Hello, everyone. Nice to hear you. Sorry for my microphone previously. I thought it was muted. So I would like to congratulate and welcome all from Lithuania that you are organizing so nice university, so nice conference. I hope that it will be a long-lasting tradition for you. It's very nice that at this very tough time you are not lowering your hands and doing quite important and nice work. So the topic which you will analyze with your presentations is very important, especially for nowadays. So one more time, I would like to welcome all of you and have a nice discussions, presentations, and scientific discussion in the conference. Good luck. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I guess that's it with greetings. Thank you very much, dear colleagues, for your kind words, for your wishes. We will stay strong. We will continue to work. And according to the plan, our plenary session starts at 11:30. But I guess if you are ready, we can start maybe our plenary session. What do you think, dear participants? Can we start a little bit earlier?
I believe it's a great idea.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Denise. Give me 1 second to check, please. Katerina Haidarji from University of Saarlands. Miss Katerina, are you here?
Hello from Saarland University. Apologies, I don't think Katja has arrived yet. She has another appointment in the morning. I'm not sure. I try to get in touch with her. Apologies.
Oh, it's okay. I guess we can listen to Miss Katerina later, a little bit later. Then Mr. Alexander Melnichenko.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity to be here. It's a great pleasure for me to have a short speech. To be frank, I've prepared this presentation in Ukrainian. That's why, if you don't mind, I'll continue it in Ukrainian.
It's absolutely okay. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll share my screen. Just a second. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Добре, то переходжу на українську мову, оскільки підготував презентацію українською мовою. І для мене велика приємність бути тут разом з вами, разом з Каразінським університетом, і оголосити сьогоднішній коротенький виступ, який пов'язаний з освітою, з моїми міркуваннями на тему того, яким чином варто займатися підготовкою, працювати з молоддю, зі студентами, оскільки це безпосередньо пов'язано з темою конференції. І хотів би я почати з того, що молоді люди сьогодні дуже часто, працюючи на різних посадах, на різних роботах після завершення вузів, часом відчувають незадоволеність своєю роботою, своєю оплатою. І тому як це можна подолати, яким чином можна побороти цю незадоволеність? Один із виходів і шляхів пов'язаний є з тим, що варто націлювати молодих людей, студентів на започаткування своєї власної справи, на започаткування своєї підприємницької діяльності. Ну і такий жартівливий слайд, який говорить про те, що кожен жаліється на свою роботу часом, але якщо подивитись на ситуацію з іншої перспективи, то та робота не виглядає найгіршою, хоча всі ми мріємо, і всі молоді люди мріють бути кимось і досягти значних висот, заробків, доходів, свободи в своїх виборів. Ну і теж так на трохи жартівливо, але що є ця дошка для просування? це фактично доска для серфінгу, яка знайшла нормальну роботу, так? Ну і часто випускники вузів не замість того, але багато часу присвячують тому, щоб знайти нормальну роботу, а не реалізувати себе в тому середовищі і в бізнесі, де би вони могли себе відчувати більш комфортно і отримувати достойні заробітки. Для прикладу, цей космічний корабель, ми знаємо, що він складається складно оцінити, але з тисяч чи мільйонів різних запчастин, різних деталей, які були створені маленькими підприємствами, маленькими бізнесами, які потім перетворили, кожен цей елемент перетворив якусь чиюсь ідею на величезний космічний корабль, який долає простір, долає навіть в певному сенсі і час. Тому роль малого бізнесу, який би могли започаткувати колишні студенти чи випускники вузів, складно переоцінити, оскільки саме на підприємницькій діяльності, на підприємцях часто будується економіка країни, розвивається економіка країни, сплачуються податки, і не в останню чергу, чи може в першу чергу, створюється та додана вартість, яка дозволяє нам почувати себе комфортно, в тому числі за допомогою, наприклад, таких технологій, які ми використовуємо для наших зустрічей, навчання, спілкування. На цьому слайді представлені різні такі продукти, які відомі фактично у всьому світі сьогодні. Це Reply, Grammarly, WhatsApp, Ninja Lender, які пов'язані, всіх їх об'єднує те, що їх започаткували, розробили, впровадили в повсякденне життя багатьох людей в усьому світі українці. І це ті яскраві приклади, на які треба орієнтувати молодь, і на які повинна молодь орієнтуватися. Оскільки ненавченість ведення бізнесу, вона призводить до того, що ведення, започаткування бізнесу призводить до того, що люди обмежуються тими нормальними роботами, ну і не прагнуть, можливо, хтось, звичайно, є різні люди, різні підходи, хтось працює добре на своїх посадах, хтось буде добрим науковцем. Але такі продукти, які хоча б тут перелічення, яких є величезна кількість в усьому світі, вони говорять про те, що немає чогось неможливого, і варто націлювати молодь на такі величезні досягнення. І говорити про те, що бізнес – це не лише комерція, коли дешевше купив, дорожче продав, а створення продукту, який буде використовуватися тисячами, сотнями тисяч, мільйонами людей по всьому світі. Натомість сьогодні яка є проблема серед молоді? Що не тільки, звичайно, серед молоді, серед суспільства такий трохи перекіс є, коли професор чи науковець не вважається якимось великим експертом в тій галузі, а блогер стає лікарем або радником з юридичних, сімейних, фінансових, психологічних питань. І нічого не можна сказати, звичайно, поганого про цю професію, але дещо я вбачаю, в цьому є такий перекіс, який варто би теж на чому сконцентрувати свою увагу. І фінансові дисципліни, викладання фінансових дисциплін, скажімо, я якраз є представником тих викладачів, науковців, які належать до групи, які викладають і займаються наукою в фінансах. Часто густо зустрічаємося з такими питаннями, що під час викладання фінансових дисциплін студентів вчать значної кількості показників, які говорять про те, як оцінити ліквідність, фондоозброєність, рентабельність. Це ті, звичайно, базові речі, які були, є і будуть, і потрібно їх знати, потрібно з ними знайомитися. Але в першу чергу я намагаюся, наприклад, працюючи з молоддю, націлювати їх на те, щоб розвивати їхні уміння і можливості фінансової і творчої незалежності. Один із теж прикладів, коли можна чого досягти з фінансової точки зору, це отримання, наприклад, премії Альфреда Нобеля, яка прирівнюється близько 1 мільйона євро за премію Нобеля, Альфреда Нобеля можна отримати. Це один із теж із способів, як можна заробити, але іншим шляхом, не розвиваючи свій бізнес, а розвиваючись в науці. І я би хотів тут, власне, і завершити цей спіч, говорячи про те, що варто націлювати і потрібно націлювати молодь, випускників, студентів на досягнення великих, значних цілей для того, щоб це в першу чергу приносило їм задоволення, свободу і фінансову незалежність. Дякую за увагу.
Дякуємо.
Якщо є
Дякую,
питання,
Олександре.
дискусія. Хто зі мною не погоджується, звичайно, запрошую до дискусії.
Так, шановні учасники, чи може в кого є питання до пана Олександра? Я думаю, він з радістю нам відповість.
З радістю подискутую. Не так відповідати на питання, як подискутувати.
Важко не погодитись з тим, що варто прагнути фінансової незалежності. Тут вкрай важко зачепитись за дискусію, тому що тільки підтримати можна такі прагнення. І знання фінансів і економіки, вони є фундаментальними, певно, для всіх громадян України та, в принципі, всіх громадян.
Дякую за підтримку. Спасибі за надане слово.
Так, добре, дякую. Ні в кого немає питань. Я думаю, більше. Дуже вам дякую. It was very interesting presentation. And I would like to give the floor to our colleague from Kyiv National Economic University, named after Vadim Hetman, Denis Lifintsev. You're welcome.
Hello, dear colleagues. Thank you very much. First of all, my great pleasure and my great honor to be here. And as we already mentioned earlier today, our warmest wishes and big hugs to Kharkiv from Kyiv. And it's extremely important to stay united. And thank you to all our international friends for supporting Ukraine right now. Now to my presentation for today's meeting. I hope you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see it well.
Full screen now, yeah?
Yes.
Perfect. So, dear colleagues, I would like to express myself rather shortly, but still I would like to share my ideas about hybrid learning in higher education. I believe that nowadays we all meet this problem, or let's say opportunity, and we all have to use digital tools. We are teaching our students online and offline. I believe that in different cities in Ukraine, we are in rather similar situation in this case. So that's why I believe that we should discuss probably key pros and cons, positive and negative sides, advantages and disadvantages of online classes. And in our research, we focus on the hypothesis that probably online classes are not that bad. Probably they can provide us with very important and useful opportunities. So, for example, I believe that you're going to agree that key advantages of online classes are their safety, because we know that previously, because of COVID pandemic, and now because of a full-scale Russian aggression against Ukraine, we need to look for safety, and very often online classes, digital classes, they are safe, rather relatively safe for students and professors at the same time. Also, of course, they are cheaper because we don't need to pay so much money for electricity, for heating, and so on and so on. They are convenient. We can afford sometimes we can afford flexible schedules. There is, someone might say that primarily for students, it's convenient, yeah, to have online classes. But at the same time, I believe that professors can also enjoy sometimes being at home and conducting lectures from their sofa, for example. Of course, lots of digital tools. Of course, a lot of opportunities provided by digital platforms. For example, for me and for a lot of my colleagues, it's much easier to invite international guest speakers or to conduct joint online classes with international students or international colleagues due to online format of the classes. So, of course, there are a lot of advantages, and at the same time, something that might be called a disadvantage, like a lack of interaction, like a lack of socialization, and maybe even lack of motivation from the students and maybe from professors as well, when we have a problem with this face-to-face interaction. And of course, we all miss our university, our campus atmosphere, our meetings, shaking hands, hugging each other, and so on. So of course, positive and negative sides. In our research that I conducted with my colleagues from Germany and from Romania, we focused on such advantage of online classes as the way to improve digital competences from both professors and students. So we suggest that online classes, since we still need to conduct them online, or at least some share of the classes online, they can be useful for students. Because our students, they need to be ready for real business interaction. Like in the previous presentation, we heard that financial independence is highly important. So that's why we would love to see our students as successful entrepreneurs or just professionals in any field they choose. So that's why we need to realize that in modern business, in digitally globalized business, digital technologies like meetings in Zoom, in Microsoft Teams, etc., they are crucial. So it's must have competence for any professional. So that's why we asked students, what do they think about online classes and about digital competences? Do they think that they are essential for their future career? And probably they would love to have some part of the classes in online form, even when Russia will collapse and disappear from the world map and the pandemic would be over, so we can live like normal life. So should we keep some share of the classes in online format even under normal conditions, external conditions? Our sample consisted of more than 500 university students from 5 countries from different regions. These countries were 4 European countries: Germany, Portugal, Romania, and Ukraine, and 1 Southern American country, Colombia. So that's why we have pretty diverse sample. Here are the key results of our research. As you see, obviously, the majority of the students, they said that digital communication skills, they are essential. They are highly demanded in a modern business world. Of course, it was clear, but still we have some evidence of this hypothesis. But the next one is pretty interesting because we asked the students, what do they think? Do we need to keep some classes in university held in online form? And you see what is interesting. The majority said that they agree or even strongly agree to have a part of the classes in online form even under normal
Може, на якомусь фоні такому виступає, що це...
And the last point I would like to highlight now is the share, probably the most interesting thing. Yeah, how many classes should we keep in online form under normal external conditions? And you can see at this graph, I don't know, you can compare it with your own opinion about this topic. Yeah, so you see the majority said that like up to 50%, up to half of all classes should be held in online form. But we can also see from this data that like serious percent of the students, they said that they would like to have no classes in online form, or let's say less than 10%. So we can assume that at least some classes might be held online even under normal conditions, even after the war, after Ukrainian victory. And so we probably should keep some part of the classes online to help students to develop their digital competences and probably to give them a bit more freedom. I mean, some of our students work, someone might be able to, I don't know, to join the classes from the park, from the cafe, from their home, etc., etc. So these are the major outcomes of the major research that I would like it to share with you. But also I would like to highlight briefly, very briefly, another research that we are conducting with my colleagues from other countries about the usage of social media. Because when we are talking about hybrid form of education, of course, we need to be able to use different tools, digital tools. And here in this research, I would like to stress, stress your opinion on a YouTube as a social media that might be used in educational process. And from my side, I conducted my part of the research in Ukraine. I asked 108 Ukrainian students what is their general attitude to the YouTube, I mean in education. And a lot of them, almost all of them, were positive or highly positive toward this issue. So they said that yes, they would love to use YouTube as a part of their higher education system. And at the same time, I asked them what would they think if their professor had his or her own YouTube channel. I mean, for educational reasons, not like a blogger talking about food or fashion, but I mean for educational reasons. And you see, around 90% said that they would love to see such YouTube channel or channels from their professors. And the last point I would like to share with you my own experience. I have in Kyiv National Economic University, I have classes on cross-cultural management and cross-cultural communication. So that's why I need to provide my students with data, with interesting, useful information, videos about different management styles, communication styles in different countries. So that's why I'm using my own YouTube channel about different communication styles, different national communication styles. I record interviews with my colleagues from different countries, and I ask my students to watch these videos. I don't force them to watch these videos, but I offer them to watch these videos and even communicate in comments with their peers, with their with the students from other countries in comments. So that's how they can get additional data, additional information, additional competences. So I strongly believe that this can be really useful for education and can be convenient for our students. So I hope I took not too much of your time, and as my previous colleague, I would love to ask if you have any questions. Of course, you can reach me on email, or you can subscribe or just watch my videos. If you are interested, of course, you're more than welcome. But for now, I would love to listen to your ideas, questions. Thank you very much for your attention and for opportunity to share my opinion here on this brilliant gathering. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. You have a question? Yeah.
Thank you so
Please
much.
ask you to come up here. Yeah.
First of all, thanks a lot for your informative presentation. And I have some questions. I wonder, what do you think? Is it enough to consider only 500 of students for your survey? And second, which level of education did you research, and the number of the course of the participants included in your investigation? And did you find the dependencies of the level of education, number of course, and the answers of your questions? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very important questions. Of course, there are some statistical tools that were used in our research. I would be happy to share the paper in comments later. I believe that 500 students, of course, there are different approaches, and sometimes even 10,000 might be not enough, but still there are some statistical requirements that we have. But I believe that 500 students from five countries, approximately 100 per country. Majorly it was bachelor's level. So we had masters, but still the majority were bachelors. And we didn't, what was interesting for us, exploring cross-cultural differences, that we noticed that probably there are more similarities on an generational, on age level. Yeah, so people of the same age have similar approach comparing to different generation. So let's say students in Germany and students in Ukraine think approximately the same, rather than comparing students in Ukraine and professors in Ukraine. So generation or age sometimes is more important than nationality. So that was probably one of the interesting outcomes of our research. And comparing bachelors and masters, we didn't find any significant differences, because probably because of the age, my own students are primarily third-year students, and masters are fifth-year students. So the differences in age are not really significant. So that's why they were not in our focus of attention. So, but of course, I believe that the larger sample we have, the more people we can include in this research, better. Right now, we are having a research with 1,300 students from a lot of countries, and we are exploring cross-cultural communication barriers and opportunities for young professionals and companies. So I believe that 500, honestly, my opinion, that 500 is not is rather okay for this case. If you disagree, I would love to listen to your opinion. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, of course, I partly agree, and I wish you good luck in the future investigation, and we are ready to help you with our students, of course, too. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just a last remark, I wanted to say that at the previous research, if I'm correct, we included students, a group of the students from Kharkiv National Economic University. But next time, I would love to ask my colleagues from Karazin University to participate. Thank you very much for your offer.
We will gladly participate. Thank you. Thank you for invitation. Any other questions, suggestions?
Critics? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I guess we can continue then, yeah, and I can give the floor to our next colleague, from Alfred Nobel University, Володимир Момот.
Yes, thanks, colleagues. First of all, I would like to join to previous speakers, sending our genuine gratitude to heroic Kharkov, who managed to organize that wonderful conference in hybrid formats. And yes, I feel really glad and happy to be part of that discussion. Moreover, some parts and some topics which I would like to cover are in resemblance to topics or to thoughts which already were communicated by previous speakers. And if you don't mind, I will continue to do kind of Yes, I will continue in sandwich format, so talking in English and having presentation in Ukrainian. First of all, I would like to introduce you with my research devoted to the dynamics of students' attention during our teaching in online mode. And yes, indeed, I also share the opinion that we must continue to deliver online lectures even when the peace will come to our country. I had involved just approximately 300 students. Of course, one could tell that it is quite small sample, but what I did, I monitored the reaction, the behavior of these students twice a week during the semester. So in reality, the empirical material was huge. And also I included our students who join us in virtual mobility from Indonesia, Malaysia, and so on. So the results of my empirical research are shown that the period of focused attention of the audience is very short, just about 33 minutes if we speak in native language, and 40 minutes when we deliver the lectures in English. And funny story, women could draw attention for a slightly longer period all the time. And I will also explain that. I built a mathematical model for that. First of all, I created a so-called psychological space when timbre and loudness of the speaker were examined. And I used quite well known in psychology so-called psychophysical laws, Weber-Fechner law and Stevens law. They are quite old. For example, Weber-Fechner is known from mid of 19th century, and Stevens law belongs to mid of 12th century. And according to that law, it could be shown that timbre of speaker is bigger or stronger driver of attention than voice loudness, and we should consider that. Formally, I would also like to show you the equations I used to describe that process of attention dynamics, and I want to show you visualization of that attention. Look, it is like a flag on the wind with attention decaying very fastly. But this model treats just your voice. Why? I did so because the only way, to much extent, the only way we could use to attract attention when teaching in online mode is just our voice, maybe our picture, and all the technical obstacles should be also considered. So that result about attention, which is very rapidly decaying, is really disappointing. So some other factors which could not be easily quantified should be treated. And obviously, I explore some factors which could come into mind directly: motivation, usefulness, perception, so to say, consciousness, autonomy. But I will show you, again, referring to empirical data, that those classical factors, starting from motivation up to autonomy, to my opinion, are of second order of importance. Why? Because the research had shown that leadership qualities of the teacher, especially considering that hardships we are living through, and support, perceived support of our students, is also very powerful factor. And look at that picture. I'm asking students, and by the way, more than 600 students took part into that survey. Why? Because I started that survey just after we returned to our classes in March of 2022, and the sample is much bigger than these 300 whom I monitor very closely. And look at the result. 56% agree that they want just to finish, to get certain grades, academic grades, and finish their teaching year without problems. That's why I decided that possibly motivation is not the biggest and mightiest, most important driver for student attention nowadays. And at the same time, and that is continuation of discussion which occurred with previous speaker, I tried to understand what are the differences in perceived support of the students from a side of the teacher. And look, there are some differences found. For example, younger students, first year and second year students, are approximately, that chart is showing us how the reactions are grouped around a certain mathematical expectation, certain average. So students of first and second year do not differ at all, but there is a specifics in behavior of third and fourth year students. Third year students want support more badly, so to say, more eagerly, and that is very good visualized. At the same time, the fourth year students are to smaller extent in need of support. I should even say they are kind of indifferent to support. Maybe they form the biggest share of those who admitted that they just want to have a grade. Possibly it is dependent on the fact that they need to get the documents on education received. They think already about graduation. So I have that explanation. And another interesting issue, by the way, again, that is continuation of the speech of previous speaker. It is about competition. Look, when we admit that some portion of materials, teaching materials, should be get from different sources, maybe not necessarily limited by YouTube, but from different sources, we find ourselves immediately in that competitive situation when we started online teaching back in 2020, when quarantine was announced. And look, I also researched that dynamics of highest level of knowledge reached dependent on credence, on trust people have in the teacher. And look, sometimes if they distrust us, ourselves, they will never get to certain even, let's say, required level of knowledge during their educational process. Quite rapidly, but by the way, to me, it's result of that competition. Yes, indeed, I agree that online sources are very powerful. But again, teacher should consider that. Teacher should be prepared to be really competitive to win that support and trust from the students. And these two factors, again, support, leadership qualities, maybe competitive qualities, are, to my opinion, right now main drivers of student attention, which enable us to continue and to continue without quality losses in online education. And as a results, some technical results, I want to repeat them, that a lot is dependent, considering the fact that sometimes we are still voices from the devices students use to attend our lecture. We need to get focused on that mastery in our speaking mastery. We should think about timbre as bigger or better, timbre and pace as a better influencer. But again, let me repeat that the teacher should become a leader, and to me is prerequisite of our success in continuing with distant mode online mode teaching. thanks a lot. I'm really happy to join my to join conference, to share my thoughts, and I am eagerly expecting for your questions and discussion. Thanks a lot again.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Dear participants, do you have any questions or suggestions? Of course, you're welcome.
Dear Vladimir, thank you very much for your investigation, for your research, including the mathematical models. It's very pleasure to see such high-level research. And I have a question. What is...
Звідси я вже тут не хочу бути.
Excuse me?
Да, хочу до Миколайчука піти.
Just a moment.
Що можна?
Thank you. Do you have some advice for newcomer, for students who is entered for the first course and have only online education? Maybe you have some advice for them. Maybe I know we have provided some offline courses or classes or something else. Thanks.
Yes, indeed. We tried from 1st of September this year, we tried to invite the students into our premises. We are prepared, we have warm shelter, all that. As for me, the very fact that I am very attentive to, sorry for tautology, for that attention dynamics, it was also a driving factor. Students got interested, they got involved. Look, I am actually asking them to react on what I am saying by pluses, minuses. Then I process these logs in Zoom chat box. But if about advices, for example, but it was not for first year, it was for third year students. After we returned to our online classes in March of 2022. For example, I gave them a masterclass in serving with matcha tea. You know, it's quite a lot. And look, I would like to tell the teacher, this is just an example, I am not telling it just to boss, but a teacher should think and look for some unexpected drivers which really will lead to that attention strengthening. And look, everybody should find a way with his or her audience. Obviously, I am even I could tell demanding them to use cameras, for example, to have a kind of face-to-face communication, and it's great when students are involved. I'm usually trying to invite them into discussion, into dialogue, into certain interaction. Sometimes we draw charts interactively. I'm asking them to build definitions, things like that. Some of them are classical, some of them are not traditional, but again, returning to the point, everything dependent on charisma and dependent on how much of your soul you are going to give to the audience. That is extensive answer possibly to your question. Thanks.
Great, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Any other questions? Dear participants, no? No questions? No. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I guess we can continue then. You can see in your program that the next is Marina Dmitrieva, but Miss Marina apologizes. She has some technical issues. So I would like to ask to continue, and I would like to give the floor to our colleagues from Boris Grinченко Kyiv University, Rusudan Makhachashvili and Ivan Seminist, I guess they are not here, also due to some technical issues. We are very sorry, you know, Ukraine was being attacked today in the morning once more, so maybe our colleagues have some technical issues and they couldn't join. Okay, and could I please ask representatives from Saarland University? Maybe Miss Katerina is here.
Hello, Saarland University here. Eva still here. I have talked to Katarina, but I'm not sure when she'll be able to make it, so I don't think she's here yet. And I'm also still waiting for my colleague Julia.
I get
So
it.
far, I'm the only one here.
I get it. I get it. Thank you. So, dear colleagues, then I guess we can finish our plenary session for now, and I guess we can have a break. And I would kindly ask you to join our sectional discussions at 2 p.m. Ukrainian time. You can find the links also in your program. The link will be the same. Thank you very much, dear participants, for such just interesting researches, for your presentation. We are very glad. For all of you, I can see 91 person here in online. It's very great. We are very grateful that you could join us. I guess it's very, very good. And we didn't expect to see so many people here because of the situation in Ukraine. Still, we are very, very grateful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much for being a great host. Thank you so much. It was our great pleasure to participate.
So thank you, dear colleagues. Once again, I want to point that we are waiting for you at 2 p.m. at sectional discussions. Thank you.
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Героям слава!